There's other news we're following right now, including fresh activity at the North Korean nuclear site, and American authorities are on edge. It's the latest in a series of provocations from Kim Jong-un's regime and adds yet another layer of urgency to the efforts to cut off Kim's cash flow. Brian Todd has more on this developing story for us. Brian, what's the latest you're learning?
Wolf, a short time ago, a U.S. intelligence official told me that the intelligence community is closely monitoring the situation on the Korean peninsula. While U.S. officials meet their Chinese counterparts here in Washington tonight, Kim Jong-un seems to be thumbing his nose at both nations and ramping up his threats. Punggye-ri, the mysterious underground mountain site where Kim Jong-un tests his nuclear bombs. Two U.S. officials tell CNN spy satellites have detected new activity there for the first time in several weeks. The officials say there appear to be modifications around a key tunnel entrance to an underground test area.
It would mean that there looks like they're preparing for another nuclear test. The tempo of nuclear tests and missile tests have increased over the last couple of years.
U.S. officials say military options for North Korea have been updated and will be presented to President Trump if Kim's regime conducts another nuclear test. But it's not clear if the U.S. would respond militarily. Tonight, the Secretary of State is blasting Kim for acting like a mafia don to pay for his weapons.
Whether it is money laundering, extorting Korean expatriates, or malicious cyber activity, North Korea has engaged in a number of criminal enterprises that help fund its weapons programs.
North Korean diplomats around the world have engaged in a variety of, frankly, illegal behavior under the protection of diplomatic cover. Everything from drug trade, including methamphetamines, to passing very high-quality counterfeit $100 bills.
Experts say Kim's regime hacks banks, sells weapons on the black market, even traffics in endangered species. The U.S. Treasury Department says Kim's inner circle manages it all through a secretive bureau called Office 39.
It's an element that Kim and his father before him used to ensure that the elites are loyal to the regime and do that through illicit activities. They do that likely by having money stashed overseas.
Experts say Kim also spends the money on luxury goods for himself, for his glamour-conscious wife, Ri Sol-je, and his cronies. That long Mercedes limousine he's often seen stepping out of, a private jet, an exclusive ski resort, and a polished white yacht.
This is Kim Jong-un's yacht, which has been featured several times in the North Korean media. Using pictures of the windows from this photo, we were able to match it with the Princess yacht, which retails for about $7 million. Kim Jong-un keeps this yacht in a boathouse at his family compound on North Korea's east coast in the provincial capital city of Wonsan.
Curtis Melvin believes former NBA star Dennis Rodman went on that same yacht during one of his visits to North Korea. Tonight, U.S. officials are furiously working to choke off Kim's cash flow, which finances those items and his weapons. Secretary of State Rex Tillerson is leaning on Chinese diplomats who are visiting Washington right now to cut off those pipelines, many of which flow through China. Wolf?
All right, Brian, thanks very much, Brian.